campwithjen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida. And welcome to this week's Facebook Live. Or YouTube Live, excuse me. Oh, I am right. Okay. I went live a couple seconds ago and I think it was something completely different. I accidentally didn't click on the right thing, so that's why I was trying to make sure everything's good to go. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm in the right place now. So let's see here. Oh yeah, we're good. I thought I was going live here and then I realized I just popped in on started some new live and had to get out and go back in. So now we're good. Hi everybody, Therese, Karen, Debbie, Kathy, Karen, another Karen, Janine. Hello, welcome. I'm so excited to see you guys. And I hope you're excited for today's project. I have lots of fun stuff to share. Hi, Joyce. Thanks so much for joining. Let's see. Oh, I was off last week because I was working on my craft retreat. Whew, that's a lot of work, but it was so fun putting all those boxes together. I offered an in-person retreat, but we didn't end up holding it. Nobody signed up for the in-person retreat, but that's okay. It's my first time doing an in-person retreat. It's summertime in Florida. I think that was a big part of it. Everybody was busy. And so my Christmas retreat will be opening for registration tomorrow. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. I hope you guys can join us in person. We are going to host it at a local, semi-local retreat center called Luther Springs. It's in Hawthorne, Florida, which is just south of Gainesville, Florida. And it will be October 10th through the 12th if you can join us in person. It's going to be lots of fun. We're going to have lots of Christmas themed fun and crafting and just so much cool stuff. If you're not able to join us in person, I will have a to-go option as well, where you'll be able to craft at your leisure and watch videos, and you'll have tutorials and all kinds of stuff. I am joining up with my friend Melissa Seplowitz, and she and I will be creating the crafts for the craft retreat together. We won't know what exactly we're using until we can see the mini catalog, which demonstrators will be able to see on July 30th. I can't believe it. It's like 2 weeks away. I'm so excited. This, as you guys probably know, the mini catalog for Christmas time is like my favorite catalog of the year. So I get really excited about it. But as soon as Melissa and I can sit down and figure out what exactly we're going to be using for the retreat and providing in your goodie bags and things like that, I will update the registration page that will be on my website so that you don't accidentally order a duplicate if you don't want more than one. What else? So things have been crazy busy here. I've been up since 4:30 this morning because Ethan is in football practice. He's in football camp this week for the high school. He's going to be on the junior varsity football team for the high school. I can't believe my baby is going to be a high schooler this year. He's only got a couple weeks left until high school starts. Down here in Florida, they start really early. It's like the first week of August usually that school starts down here. It's so hot, and I think they've always started pretty early. My son's birthday is the beginning of August, and the last couple years, has been real close to having his birthday at school, which never happens for him. And he's so used to having it over the summer. He's like, I don't want to have my birthday at school. He's not used to it, so it's kind of funny. Hi Debbie, thanks for joining. Yes, baby Ethan. I will call him baby Ethan forever, even if, because it's looking like he's going to be quarterback on the junior varsity team for the high school football. So if he's, out on the field, I'll be like, go baby Ethan. Even when he was bowling, I did the same thing. I would call him baby Ethan and just embarrass him. It's fun. But he acts like he doesn't like it, like most kids, but he really does. He likes that attention. He does. So that's what we've been up to. I've been getting up pretty early to take him to football camp. And then next week, I will not be live. I am going on vacation to Maryland. I'm so excited. We've lived here. We moved from Maryland back in 2019. and we haven't gone back up to visit since then. So it's been 6 years. I haven't been up there. I'm really excited. But my sisters still live up there. My mom and I are going up, and baby Ethan's going up with us. My husband's got to work, so he's staying behind. But so my son and I are just taking a little summer trip up there for about a week. So the next 2 weeks I won't be live, but I will be doing a Christmas in July series with Melissa. She and I have teamed up, and we are going to be pre-recording videos and posting them on our YouTube channel. So if you're not on my email list yet, I highly recommend signing up for my email list. Just go to stampcampwithjen.com, and at the little top bar, you'll see an email list button that you can use to sign up. Now, make sure if you sign up for my email list, you do get another email that says, please confirm that you want to be added. If you don't hit that button, you won't get the email. So just filling out the form isn't enough. You have to go in and actually like confirm that you want to receive them. Otherwise, you won't get the email. So if you've signed up for my email list and you haven't gotten any emails from me, that's probably why. You need to go in and find that email. Yeah, I could do a live from Maryland, Mom, but I'm not going to. I'm going to enjoy a vacation and just not do any work. That's my plan. But yeah, so if you sign up for my email list, you'll get email notifications when we post a new video. It'll be split up between my YouTube channel and Melissa's YouTube channel, and you'll have different projects all week long that you'll be able to enjoy. Those of you that purchased my Christmas craft along kit, I will be mailing those in the next couple days. I'm working on cutting those right now and prepping everything. So I'm hoping you'll have them in time for the craft along series when it starts on Monday. But if you don't, it's okay. You'll be able to catch up when you get a chance. So, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty busy. So like I said, the next 2 weeks, no Facebook Live. And I'll be back August 4th. So the first Monday in August, I'll be back with a live project. So I'll miss you guys, but I'm gonna have a really good time. I'm really excited about it. All right, so let's go ahead and flip the camera around and go over a couple of reminders, and then we'll get into today's project. Oh, Tony, I'm so glad you're excited about it. I cannot wait to share the projects with you guys. They are gonna be awesome. Well, they are awesome. I've seen them. But you guys are really going to enjoy them. All right. So if you aren't aware, I am doing a fun little summer promotion called Stampin' Through Summer. What it is you complete little tasks. And when you complete those tasks, your name goes on to a virtual board that I have. And at the end of at the end of the promotion on September 1st, I will be picking 2 people to win a $25 Stampin' Award. It'll be 2 separate people, so 2 people will each have a chance, or will each get a $25 Stampin' Award, which is perfect time because the mini catalog launches on September 3rd. So if you think about it, you could use that $25 Stampin' Award and get a brand new stamp set for free from the mini catalog. So head over to my website, stampcampwithjen.com, and look at the Stampin' Through, just type in like Stampin' Through Summer, or find one of the most recent blog posts and scroll to the bottom, and I have a little banner about that. But basically, it's things like spend X amount in my online store and you get a ticket into the drawing, or attend an in-person card class and get a ticket into the drawing, things like that. So, like, you can do it as many times as you want to get tickets. And then, like I said, I will draw 2 people's names and they will get a $25 Stampin' Award. If I have the person's email address, I'll try to email you first before I send their award to make sure you're opted into Stampin' Awards so that it goes through. Because if you're not opted in, it'll just go nowhere and you'll miss out. So I'll try to email you first and make sure that you've opted in before I actually send it. So, all right, so that's a fun one. And then just a reminder that I do offer a monthly Stamp Camp to Go subscription. It's a card kit in the mail, basically. I feature a different stamp setter bundle each month, and sometime usually around the first of the month is when I announce the details for the next one, or towards the end of the month for the following month. So like for August, I'll usually announce it like July 29th or something like that, really close to the end of the month for August. So the monthly subscription is a good deal because you save 10%, and after 6 months, 6 consecutive months of being a subscriber, you get a $25 Stampin' Reward. So it's a really good deal. We usually make 4 different card designs. You get 2 kits for each design, so you make a total of 8 cards. You get half a pack of DSP cut down to 6x6. You usually get a ribbon and an embellishment, about $25 worth of product in there, plus your card kits. And it's a lot of fun. And I send a tutorial usually with a video as well, so you can easily craft along and learn some tips and tricks on how to put your cards together. So if that's something you're interested in, you can sign up anytime. Your credit card will be charged on the 2nd of the month, so you need to sign up at the 1st of the month to get the current month's kit. Okay, if you have any questions, you can always let me know. And then I have signed up, or not signed up, I've joined a few of my crafty friends, and we call ourselves the Paper Craft Collective. And what we do is each month we feature a different bundle on our or in our tutorials. And this month we're featuring the Sweet Jar bundle with the new Jar of Joy stamp set, which I have right over here. This one. So you'll get ideas to use both of those stamp sets, and that jar punch does coordinate with this, which is really cool. So in order to you can get this 2 different ways. You can purchase it in my PDF store for $20, and there's a link in the description below this video if you'd like to just purchase it. Or you can shop in my online store at stampinup.com and spend at least $50 before tax and shipping, and you'll get the tutorial for free. And next month, we're using the Floral Impressions bundle. Oh, and here's my card. I was going to give you a little sneak peek. This is the card I made for that tutorial. It's a little pop-up gift card holder. Isn't it cute? I just love it. I wish I would have had a crumble cookie gift card holder, or gift card, because those are pink and that would have matched perfectly. But that's the card in the tutorial, and that I created for my card in the tutorial. And you get a video tutorial for each of the cards, of the 7 cards in there. So, all right. And like I said, tomorrow, Christmas Craft Retreat registration opens. There's an in-person and an at-home option that you'll be able to choose from. All the details are in there. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Like I said, you won't know what you're going to get in your goodie bag until I can see the mini catalog, but I will announce that information once Melissa and I have had a chance to figure that out. So it's going to be lots and lots of fun. I'm really excited about this. So make sure to check out either my website or check your email if you're on my email list first thing in the morning. You'll have it bright and early. And then if you haven't already, don't forget to sign up for my Facebook group that I have for my retreats. I post lots of information here for my upcoming retreats. You just go to facebook.com/groups/Sunkissed Stampin' Retreats with Jen, and I post lots of stuff in there. Hi, Marie from Connecticut. Welcome. Evelyn says she started collecting ideas for your Christmas cards today. Evelyn, I was listening to Christmas music when I was putting Christmas in July stuff together, so it's pretty funny. See if I can zoom out here so you can see this. So this is that reminder. Christmas in July is going to start next Monday, the 21st through the 26th. Melissa, this is my friend Melissa Seplowitz. Her website is thestampingninja.com. If you want to look her up, she's got lots of beautiful work posted on her blog. She was an artisan design team member a couple years ago. She does really pretty stuff. I've always loved her work and admired her, and she's just a really cool person to hang out with too. I love hanging out with Melissa. So like I said, head over, sign up for my email list if you haven't yet, and I will be emailing out the details for those videos each day while I'm gone and a recap. So you will never miss a thing. All right, and then today we are making a craft fair type item. So I wanted to share my upcoming craft shows. I will be a vendor at 2 craft shows this season. One, September 27th, is at a church, Countryside Presbyterian Church in Ocala, Florida. It was one of the first craft shows I did when we moved down here, and I just love working with them. They're very nice. And then the next one I'm doing is November 14th through 16th is a big 3-day craft show at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala. I'm very nervous about that. I've never done a big craft show like this before. So I'm really crossing my fingers, hoping it goes well, but make a note to join me. I would love for you to come out and join me at either one or both if you can. Share this information with your friends and make a plan to get some of your Christmas shopping done. I'd love to see you. If you do come to either one of them, please stop by and let me know and say hi. I would love to see you and love to chat with you. You're new to card making, journaling, and folios, Marie says. Just starting out. Well, welcome, Marie. All right, so I do have a Stampin' Blends label document that you can purchase if you would like to organize your Stampin' Blends. The link is in the description below this video, but basically you punch out these little circles, put a little mini glue dot on them, and put them on the ends of your labels, and it just helps you be able to see them easier when they're in your holders. It is a $5 one-time $5 purchase because I did spend hours putting this together. But once you purchase it once, any future labels I make will be automatically sent to you for free. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description below. All right, that's it. That's it for today's reminders. You don't have a lot of big expos out in Connecticut, Marie. It's a bummer. All right, so today's project, I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So this is a covered notebook, and this is what it looks like on the inside. And this is actually a little pocket that you can put like shopping lists and things inside. So this is what we're gonna make today. This was inspired by a project I saw from another YouTuber. Her name was Smile by Holly is her YouTube channel. She actually had a double one where it opened on both sides and she had pockets and decorated, but I wanted it to be a little bit quicker to put together. So I kind of scaled it down, and her measurements were a little bit different too. So I kind of shortened it. Hers was a little bit longer this way. So this is what, and I added the calendar in here because I have these tear off calendars that you get from Tailored Expressions. I love these. And I usually just put them, you know, like the standard easel desktop card that everybody makes, and you put them on there. But I wanted a different way to kind of display these calendars. So I thought, how cute would that be to put it in this little notebook? And then when people open it up and say you're, you know, making a note for a doctor's appointment or writing down a phone number or scheduling something, and you have your calendar right there. So I think this would be a really cool thing to do for craft shows. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and then at the end I'm going to show you how I priced everything out, and then that way you kind of have a baseline for how to price this item for your own craft shows, because that's one of the biggest questions I get when I show something that's a craft fair item is how much do you sell it for? So I'm going to show you how I break it down, how I priced it out for mine, and then obviously you price it based on what you think will sell in your area. It's, you know, it's different in a lot of areas. Some places you can charge a little bit more, some places you can't. So you go with your gut, you go with your heart, and you know what feels right for you, okay? But I'll give you that baseline, and then you can kind of go from there. So, and then actually I have 2 other ones I'm going to show you as well after I'm done making this one. I made a couple of them just to kind of give you an idea of what they all look like. So, all right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to get crumb cake for our base. I cut most of the stuff already, don't worry. But I do want to show you how to cut a couple things, but most of it I pre-cut. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this. Sharon says she loves the folder. Marie says, Marie agreed with my mom, Janine. It looks like a great seller for craft fairs. I'm hoping so. I've never sold something like this before at a craft show, so we'll see if this is a big seller or not. Okay, so for this one, this is going to be 6 1/4 by 9. So what we want to do, let me get this out of the way so I don't accidentally smush it. At the shorter side at the top, we are going to measure 6 1/4. So let me just show you here. This is always fun trying to measure 6 1/4. So you see, trying to find something to point with. This longer line right here, it's not the arm line, but there's actually a line like etched in right here. That is 6 1/4. It's not my favorite to try to measure this, but that's where it is. All right, so 6 1/4 on with the short side at the top. And then with the long side at the top, we're gonna do 9 inches. Okay. Kathy says, great project. I know several people who I can make this for that would love it. Oh, good. Yeah, that's the idea too, is I want you guys to have Christmas gift ideas. If you don't do craft fairs, or maybe you do, you could always make this as a Christmas gift too, if you don't want to sell it at a craft show. All right, and then we're gonna score at 4 1/4. And remember, the light gray is the scoring blade. I always just push the cutting blade all the way down so I don't accidentally cut my paper. So 4 1/4 and 4 3/4. And that's the basic base for the folio, okay? You can kind of see there. That's the little covering right there, okay? And then we have, I think there was something else I was gonna cut yet. Okay. We have a couple other pieces here. So I have 2 pieces of designer series paper. These are from the Perennial Lavender designer series paper. You could use the same design. I just kind of like to switch it up a little bit. So I put the ones with the butterflies on the outside and then the ones with just the lavender on the inside here, okay? So these are 4 by 6. You need 2 pieces. And then we have this little piece right here. This is our pocket for the inside. So this is what we're gonna use to make this little pocket that you can put little note, like lists and stuff in. So for this pocket, you need 3 1/4, which I've already done, 3 1/4, and then you need 5 1/16. So again, not everybody's favorite to do these measurements, but you wanna line it up where that 5-inch mark is. Let's see, there you can see it a little better. The 5-inch mark. And then you want to go 1 tick mark over. So there's 5 right there, and then do 1 more, and that's 5 1/16. Okay, so I've already cut that down. And then to score it, we're gonna score it 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So you need to make sure the short sides you score, and then one of the longer sides. So we're gonna start at this one, and we're gonna score it 1/2 inch. Now, when I score anything less than 1 inch, I like to use this side to the right on my paper trimmer because I can hold my paper with my left hand. It's just easier for me that way. So that's what I do. 1/2 inch there, and 1 more 1/2 inch. So only 3 sides. You want one of the longer sides to be unscored, okay? Jan says she likes the magnet for the closure. Oh, thanks, Jan. The girl Holly that I watched on YouTube, she had a Velcro fastener, but that wasn't my favorite because I feel like that would kind of wear out the paper over time. So I chose to use a magnet. All right, so we're gonna fold those, and then actually I'm gonna do this a little bit later because I'm gonna cut it and everything before I adhere it, but I just want to show you, so you're gonna have those score lines there for that pocket. Oh, and the notepad. I forgot to grab that. And I needed one more piece of crumb cake for, did I use, oh no, I used Gorgeous Grape here. So we need 2 pieces of crumb cake. One is to hold the little notepad inside, and then the other piece is for our little closure here. And I forgot to cut those ahead of time, so that's all right. I'll cut those now. So for that little band to hold the notepad, we need 1 1/4 by 5 1/8. So 5, and then to get 1/8, you go 2 tick marks over. 1, 2, and that's 5 1/8. Are the magnets? Oh, I haven't added the magnets to my Amazon store yet, but they are linked in the description below this video if you need to order magnets. So then we're gonna score 1/2 inch on both sides for this little piece here, and 1/2 inch. Okay, so there's the little piece, and I'm gonna show you how that's gonna hold the notebook in place. And then for this little closure here, we need a piece that is 2.5 inches. Oops, this way. 2.5 inches by 3/4 inch. Oops. And this piece is going to get scored at 1 and 1 1/2. And don't worry, you don't need to write down all the measurements. All the measurements are going to be on my blog later today with this post. You can go to stampcampwithjen.com and see the PDF tutorial with all the measurements, okay? So don't worry about, you don't need to like hurry and write everything down. I know a lot of people that do that, and I'm like, don't worry, you'll get the tutorial, it's okay. Oh, Sandy, I'm so glad you like it. Thank you. I love hearing that, you guys. I love it when you're like, oh, it's so cute. I mean, who doesn't, right? You like hearing that stuff. Okay, so to put this together, let's move this out of the way. For the front, we are going to take our butterfly piece, and we're just going to center it right there. So I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal Plus, but you use whatever you want to use. If you want to use liquid glue and give yourself some time to wiggle it in place, absolutely do that. I'm not a big fan of liquid glue. I don't like how it gets on everything and makes my fingers all sticky. And I love Stampin' Seal Plus because I'm impatient and it dries, it's like instantly adhered. So that's why I like Stampin' Seal Plus. And it's really strong too, so. Okay, so then for the inside, which is the back where we just adhered the butterflies, we're gonna put that piece that's the lavender right on the back side here. So again, I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And this perennial lavender DSP, you can still order online. It was one of the items that carried over into from the last annual catalog, which I was so happy about because everybody loves this paper. It's so pretty. Okay. So there's that. Now for our pocket that we have here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually kind of miter or angle these edges. So an easy way to do that is to go like angle up until you get to that cross section right there, and then take your scissors and kind of move the paper a little bit and you angle it out again. And that's all you have to do. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So angle it just a little bit till you get that cross scored section. And then you can kind of rotate the paper just slightly and angle that again. And that's a quick and easy way to do that. Okay. And then we're gonna fold these up and we're gonna put, you can use tear and tape if you want. Again, I'm gonna use Stampin' Seal Plus because that's what I'm comfortable with and it's quick and easy. And the cool thing about these too is when you go to put the adhesive on these little side tabs, there's just a little bit of overlap, so you can actually fold this up and it will stick to those side pieces, which is pretty cool. And then we'll put a little bit on the bottom. Now we are going to put this on the inside here, we're going to line the edges of our pocket up with the paper. Now you don't want to pull it taut and make it real flat because you want a little bit of space in that pocket. So what I usually do is I kind of start at one corner and line the side up, line the bottom, and then when I go to put this side down, I kind of tuck it in just a little bit so it lines up with the edge here, and that'll create a little bit of room on the side of this pocket. And I'll show you here right now. So we're going to line that up with the paper, line this side edge up here. And then, like I said, when you go to put this side down, you just kind of tuck it ever so slightly. It doesn't have to line up perfectly, but you want it pretty close. And that'll give you that little bit of a pocket so you can actually have room to put stuff in there. And then we press it all down. Okay, with me so far? All right, so now we're going to put our notepad in here. So like I said, this is just a standard 4x6 notepad I got at the Dollar Tree. They used to come in packs, I think, of like 3 or 2. Now they're singular, so they're $1.25 a piece. So this is going to cost a little more than it might have a couple years ago. But you get 100 sheets of paper. A lot of the notepads, I tried looking some up on Amazon to see if I could find something cheaper. They're really not a better deal though, because it may be a little bit cheaper, but they're 40 sheets or 50 sheets or 30 sheets, whereas this is 100 sheets. So it's still one of the better deals out there that you're going to find. So how I like to adhere this, we want this to be up towards the top because this is going to stop the binding in the notebook and keep it from like sliding out. You don't want to put it on the bottom or the center. You want it to be towards the top to keep it centered on that side. It's like a stopgap basically to keep it from sliding all the way down. Because if you were to put it down here, then it could kind of slide down. We don't want that. We want to keep it up here at the top. So what I like to do is I like to kind of open the back end here, put my little piece as far up as I can get it to go. And then we're going to flip this over and you'll see there's a little bit of room on either side. That's okay. We kind of want that just so it's not like hard to pull in and out of the notepad there. But you want to put it up pretty far as you can get it. Don't shove it up there though. And then we're going to fold these over. We're going to put seal, or like I said, you can use tear and tape, glue, whatever. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. And then we're going to center it on the folio thing here. So we're just going to, I'm going to stand up so I can see, but we're going to push these down and keep those tabs tucked down. And then I'm going to carefully center this as best I can here so you can see. And once I have it centered where I think it needs to be, I will press that down at the top there and push. And now your pad, you can still pull this in and out and replace it if you want to, if you need to. But now it's not going to go any further down than that little gap right there. So it's going to be centered like it needs to be. You can decorate this if you want to. If you do, get a piece that's 4 by 6 3/4 and score it 1/2 and 3/4 on one end and just glue it down. I didn't want to put more paper on this, and I don't think it really looks terrible, honestly. And when people write in it, they're just going to flip it up and write in it anyway. So I just left it like that. But you can definitely decorate it up more if you want to, but I just kind of left it alone. All right. So now, like I said, we have a little matte piece that's going to go behind our calendar here. So I like to tear off this little piece here. So when I display them at craft shows, I'll leave it open and they can see, oh, that's a calendar right there. So, oh, thanks, Sandy. I'm glad you like that little tip. So yeah, tear that first piece off. But I got those tear off calendars, like I said, from Tailored Expressions. The link's in the description of the video. They come in a pack of 10. And this year, when I purchased them, they're $5 for 10 of them. I feel like a year or two ago, they were $3 and then $4, and now they're $5. They're $5 for a pack of 10, but I love these. I think they're so cute, and they're not real bulky either. You can do so much with them. So we're gonna put those on here, and then we're gonna mount it on our pocket. There's lots of ideas you can find on what to do with these little calendars too. And I think in the back here it says, oh, time for a new calendar. Look at that. And they actually have different sizes and stuff on their website too. So you could, if you have other ideas, you could probably play around with those as well. So we're just gonna center this on the pocket here, just like that. And that's the inside, okay? So now what we wanna do is we want to do the little closure. So like I said, this is 3/4 by 2.5. We scored it at 1 and 1.5. And that is just gonna end up sitting over here like that, okay? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on this side, and I am going to line it up. And I'm just centering it, and I like to line it up so that everything's straight, and then we just press on the back here, okay? Now for our magnet, what we want is, I ordered these off of Amazon. The link is in the description if you need them. They actually come with little adhesive backings, but I didn't use those. They're just sitting in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 of them off of this. They come like this, all attached in a big row. We're gonna take 2, keep them together like this, okay? And I'm gonna put everything back in that box so they don't try to snap back together. So I have 2 that are together. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my mini glue dots here, and I'm gonna tear 2 glue dots off of my paper here. Those are the ones you buy too, Sharon. Good. This was the first time I ever got any. I did some research and I really like them so far. So what we want to do is we want to take that glue dot and put it on, try to center it over this magnet, okay? And then I'm going to tear the paper for this one, and I'm going to center it. I like to put these on both sides before I adhere them to my project, okay? So you can kind of squeeze real tight. Make sure they're on there real good. So we're gonna take the backing off of one side and center it in our closure here. And then pull this off. And now we just close it and press. And now, ta-da! I love it. It just snaps on there so nicely. And it's not super strong, so it won't tear your paper, but it's strong enough to hold everything closed, which is really nice, okay? So the last thing we need to do is our little bit of decoration. So my craft show in September is at a church, so I thought this would be really nice to have as an option for an item to sell. Any religious products that I sell usually do very well at my church craft show. So I'm using the Faith Collection stamp set, and they have a sentiment that says, "Let your faith be bigger than your fears." This is still available. It's in the online exclusives at stampinup.com. So if you don't have it, you can still purchase it. It comes in a bundle with coordinating dies. I didn't showcase those because we're just using the words here, but you can still see those in the online exclusives at stampinup.com. Okay, so I think this is 3/4 inch wide by about 3.5. So, whoops. So we'll do about 3.5 inches by 3/4. And then I actually have a banner pick-a-punch that is retired, but I use it all the time because I hate trying to do banner ends on my own. I can never get them straight. So I usually use this thing because they come out perfect every time and it's quick and easy. I think that's the right Let me make sure my measurements are right. Yep, perfect. Okay. So yeah, I use this a lot. I will use this until it breaks. I love this thing. It retired, I think, a couple years ago. But if you don't have one of those, you can make your own banner end by cutting up the center with your scissors and then angling on the sides, okay? Hi, Sharon. I am located in in Summerfield, Florida, near the Villages, Florida. That is where I am. Okay, so we are going to stamp this in Gorgeous Grape. I already have it on my block here. We're just going to ink that up and stamp it in the center. Hopefully, oh, good. It's hard to do because the camera is literally right in my face when I'm trying to stamp, and I like to be right above whatever I'm stamping, so it's really hard to stamp on camera, believe it or not. All right, and then we're going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of here. Three. We're going to put 3 dimensionals on there. And and then this, we're just going to kind of center towards the top up here. And that is it for this little guy. Now, I will say I did just order some cello bags for these to go into. They're supposed to be coming tomorrow. I'm sorry, I ordered them a little late. But once I get them and I can test the quality and stuff, if they're the right ones, I will update the link in the description below so you can see what packaging to use. Because obviously we want everything protected so that when people are looking at things in our craft shows, they don't get all ruined. So I will share those in the link or the link for those in the description once I can kind of test them out and make sure they're good to go. So another version that I did, I told you I had a couple other ones. So I did this one as well using that Be Mine paper, or is it Be Mine? I think. And then I used the You're as Sweet as Honey. I punched out the little heart and petunia pop to put on here. And then I did the little bees on the inside, and that still has a pocket. So I really like that one. My mom, actually, her nickname from her grandkids is Bee. So I kind of thought about her when I was making that. Sharon, you're in Ohio, but you have friends who snowbird in the Villages. Well, come on down. You guys can all come to class and we can get together and craft. It'd be so much fun. I'd love to have you guys over. I do host monthly in-person classes. So if you do come down, you should talk to your friends about coming over for class one time. If you go to my website, stampcampwithjen.com, I have a calendar there and you can see all the dates and the information for that stuff. Oh, you love it, Sandy. Marie loves it. Oh, good. And then I did make a Christmas one. I reached into my stash and pulled out that gorgeous reindeer paper from last year, and I used the stamp set from that Reindeer Fun Bundle. I opened that up. I didn't put a calendar on this one because I thought if you were to give this as a gift, this could be a good gift for somebody to use for their Christmas shopping, so they could put like people's Christmas wish lists in the little pocket and write down like meal ideas or things to do. We're all so busy at Christmas time, so this would be a really cool gift to give somebody like at Thanksgiving or at the end of October, so they can start using this to kind of plan their Christmas activities and things like that. I'm always writing lists and stuff down. I know we're in a digital age, but I still like to have paper in my hand and make lists. I feel like that's where my brain is on paper. Okay, so as promised, I do have my price breakdown, and this is in the description of the video as well. So let's kind of zoom in here a little bit so you can see my thoughts. And I don't have a pen, but okay. So the notebook that we got from the Dollar Tree was $1.25. The calendars from Tailored Expressions were 50 cents. The DSP, Designer Series paper, I used probably about half a sheet, which, oh, my measurements are wrong actually. So I meant to change. This one was supposed to be 52 cents and this is 58 cents. Well, we'll be doing a little math today, boys and girls. I gotta redo these because I had adjusted something and I thought it was the DSP, but I changed the wrong number. So it's 52 cents for the DSP because it's about half a sheet roughly of 12 by 12 that we end up using. Cardstock is 58 cents. We end up using about a full sheet of cardstock. Those magnets per magnet are about 7 cents. So we use 2 of those, so 14 cents. And then those cello bags that I ordered are 6 cents. So this is a rough guess now. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this math real quick. Somebody help me out here. Mom, I know you got a calculator on you always. I'm gonna try to do it by hand, but double check and make sure. It's been a long time. 10, 25, carry a 2, 5, 10, 15, 16, 0, carry 2. So that's $3.05. Pretty good. So they cost $3.05 to make. Okay. Now, normally I multiply by 3, but I highly doubt anybody is going to pay $9 or $10 for one of these. So for these, since they're pretty quick and easy, I'm going to multiply it by 2. So it's going to cost $6.10. Or I usually round up to 7, but this is really close. So you could do $6 or $7. I will probably sell them for 7 and see how it goes. And if they don't sell very well, then I'll adjust it down to 6. So I would say $6 or $7. You could also do $7 or 2 for $12 if you like to do multiples. A lot of times when you offer like a 2 for whatever price, that sells better because people are trying to give people gifts and stuff like that. So I will update that in the description. I just realized that as we were going over it. But so it costs to make $3.05. Now, if you don't include the calendar, it would be $2.55 per with no calendar. Okay. So that would be even cheaper. You could sell them for 5 or 6. Because like I said, in the Christmas one, I didn't put that calendar because this isn't, you're not going to use this all year long. You're just going to use it for the holidays. So if you make it without the calendar, you can kind of take another $1 or so off of there because that's about how much it would be. All right. So let's see what everybody's saying here. So I will flip the camera back around. And like I said, I will update those prices right after we get off of here. So you're not mixed up and going, wait, is this the old or the new? I promise I'll update those prices. So I wanted to show that because I know I even struggle with it. I did a lot of research, looked up other YouTube people that do craft fair items, and one lady that I happened to stumble across said she prices everything out and then multiplies it by 3. So that's the general rule that people use. Like I said, for these, I'll probably multiply it by 2 and then just round up. So probably $7 is what I'll end up charging. And then if they don't sell very well, you can always do a discount for your next show or something. So we'll see how it goes. But that's the way I do it. But like I said, you know your area better than anybody if you've done craft shows for a while. So you can kind of get a good idea of what you think is going to sell. So Evelyn says, thanks for the cute project. Have a good vacation. Have a great day. Hugs from Germany. Thanks, Evelyn. I am so excited. You have no idea. I was messaging my sisters the other day. You know how vacation is. It's like you're just planning everything you want to eat, all the places you haven't been to in a long time. So we've got like a whole list of places we want to go eat at. We're going to go down to DC one day and go check out the museums. My son doesn't remember a lot of that stuff because he was 9 when we moved, and we didn't really go to the museums that much when we were there, just a few times. So it's been a while since he's done all that. So it'll be a really fun trip. We're really excited. So Karen Harrison says, love them. Always looking for good gift ideas. Awesome, Karen. I'm so glad. I will, like I said, I will be sharing more projects that I'm making for my craft shows, so you guys can get ideas either for your craft shows if you participate in those, or you can get some gifting ideas too. So if you want to make gifts for your loved ones. But all right. Oh, excuse me. Well, that's all I have for today. Let's see. Marie says, thank you. Have a good vacay. Mom says we're going to the mall. Yeah, that's what they call the museums. We're going to the mall. But yeah, so I will be back in 2 weeks. Don't forget July 21st through 26th to check out my and Melissa's YouTube channels and sign up for my email list as soon as possible if you haven't yet, because you'll get an email with the direct link to our Christmas in July series videos. So it's going to be lots of fun. All right, guys. Well, I will see you in August. Have a great rest of the month. You can still always reach out to me if you have any questions. And until next month, be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.